In case you wondered, will I ever become wealthy in this lifetime? Then this is your chance. And I mean this. Because over the next few years, 5 years, many say, several big shifts are happening all at once. The cost of living still feels brutal. Almost $7 for Greek yogurt? Really? AI is getting much more capable. And the old playbook of just get a good job, work hard, save a bit, and slowly move up, that playbook may not be enough anymore. See, this is what worries me. The risk for most people is that while others learn how to use AI to earn more and move faster, others just keep playing the old game and get left behind. And if that happens, the gap could get hard or impossible to close. So ask yourself, are you at risk? But it's not all doom and gloom. Currently, we're in a kind of transition period that is full of opportunities to get wealthy. I dare say fast, if 5 years is fast for you. But that window may close faster than expected. So if we sit back and do nothing, we will be losing out. And after this transition period, be as broke as we are now. Later in this video, I will tell you what you need to do, or at least pay attention to, in order not to get left behind, but instead use this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to become wealthy. Just to be clear, this is not financial advice. As usual, this is financial education and entertainment only. I'm sharing how I'm thinking about the whole situation and what I am doing. Don't get it wrong, guys. What's happening at the moment is not just another tech trend. AI is improving so quickly that even serious institutions are warning that it could reshape the whole labor market. The IMF said that AI could affect close to 40% of jobs globally, with advanced economies like Canada, for example, even more exposed. So who's at risk? Surprisingly or not, it's not the plumbers, not the nurses, and not the electricians who are at risk, at least not initially, until the robots catch on. No, these are not the ones treading on thin ice. Most at risk of getting eliminated are entry-level and mid-level white-collar workers, junior analysts, coordinators, basic research roles, support functions, simple marketing tasks, a lot of admin-heavy work. As you can imagine, these are all things that can easily be done by AI. AI will be among the biggest forces reshaping jobs through 2030. And I bet that's not hard to believe. You've used ChatGPT and Gemini yourself and know how much better it can do certain tasks. Writing emails, analyzing data, research, compared to humans. And yes, it's oftentimes still acting dumb and goes in circles when you ask it something, or it just makes a mess. I mean, what the is this? But it will only become more sophisticated over the next years. Earlier this year, Elon Musk said that we have entered the singularity, the year AI becomes smarter than humans. And yeah, we can debate about how smart AI already is at the moment and if we're really there yet, but there's no doubt that it is becoming smarter and smarter than humans by the day. Think of it this way. Even if AI never turns into some sci-fi superintelligence, but just becomes this very capable narrow AI, which is AI that's very good at doing a specific job, that's already enough to become serious competition for your job. With more and more advanced AI, a job that used to take 3 people or 5 people or a whole small team to complete can be done by just one person. Right now, I don't think the story is really AI versus humans like some people think. I think it's humans with AI versus humans without AI. That's the real divide. So you can either be the person who gets work done with AI well, with AI as a partner, or the person who gets eliminated because other people can do the job without you. Think carefully. At your job right now, which one are you? Or which one do you want to position yourself to be within the next years? I had a wake-up call myself. I also used to believe in the traditional path. Study hard, get a good job, be responsible, work your way up, maybe invest a bit on the side, maybe one day it will all work out. But a while ago, I started realizing that going that path would take me decades to arrive at my goal of becoming financially free. I had to change something. So I started a business and quit my job. Well, it was actually the other way around, but that's a story for another time. And I had my second wake-up call just earlier this year, something that got me super excited. That this next phase, these next few years, may reward something very different. Not just effort, but leverage. Not just intelligence, but tool use. Not just earning an income, but turning that income into ownership before the landscape shifts even harder in favor of people who already have assets and systems. So the important question here is, who benefits and how to benefit from this AI development? People who benefit are mostly those who own businesses, products, systems, or assets that can be multiplied using AI. And we'll get to the how a bit later. So what does this all have to do with you? And is there anything you can do to secure your spot in this new AI dominant world? Now here's where we get back to the idea of that transition window I talked about in the beginning. The part that can get you rich if you do the right things. In the future, there will be a point where AI becomes so intelligent that it doesn't need any of your input, or very minimal if at all. That's what Elon Musk talked about. I know at the moment AI is still clunky. It takes 30 rounds or what to get the presentation that you want. But soon enough, things will be different. Perhaps you just give it one command, a short sentence to make that presentation, and it can immediately give you what you need perfectly, exactly how you want it. In that scenario, we've already lost the game to AI. We're not needed anymore. But there's still some time until we get there, and that is the transition phase. Now listen carefully, because this is one of the most important things to remember of this video. During that transition window, that is from now until AI becomes perfect, we are still needed and our work is still valuable. And it can still generate a lot of wealth and income for us. Currently, AI tools are still heavily flawed, as you know. But if you pair your skills with AI correctly and you leverage AI tools, you can perform better, deliver better results than anyone else, and earn more money. So right now, until I don't know how many years we still have, is the period where regular people like you and I can still use AI to accelerate income, build something, and buy assets faster than they otherwise could have. But here's the catch, guys. Some people will be able to leverage AI in their workplace and earn more there. Perhaps you'll become more efficient at your job and get a promotion, a bigger bonus, and so on. But you have to carefully review if that is realistically the situation that you are in at the moment. Because there are others, perhaps you're in this kind of situation, where no amount of using AI will get you ahead in your job because you're at a dead end already. There's no career path, no progression, and you're stuck with or without AI. And that's where you need to seriously consider looking out. Look for another job that rewards your skills and ability to use AI. Or leave the corporate world altogether and start your own thing. And side note, in case you're stuck with your career, I wrote a book, it's just behind there, Multiple Careers, on how to build a fulfilling career that you might want to check out. Link is down below. Anyways, let me share with you what I'm doing personally now. You don't need to and shouldn't do the same by all means. I just hope that what I'm about to tell you can spark some ideas for your personal path. Here's how I am responding to this. I'm trying to use this transition phase very intentionally. I've already been using AI for a while for parts of my content creation process, and it has helped me a lot. I've built a content business that gives me flexibility. I can work from different places. I can create without waiting for permission from an employer. And with AI getting better and better, my plan is to use it even more. Not just for writing and brainstorming and researching, but even with strategy and planning. I will use AI tools more to make better content more efficiently. The point is not that AI does everything for me, but the point is that it can multiply my efforts, and that way I can earn more money in the same amount of time. Another thing I do is to watch my expenses very carefully, not to be too wasteful and not let lifestyle inflation eat up my profits, and instead put my higher income and savings towards investments, towards assets. And we'll get to that a bit later. I know very well that there may come a day where AI produces much better content than I do, on command, completely on its own, and I might need to say goodbye to content creation altogether. But until that happens, I can use AI to help me earn more. But here's the thing, content creation is just one example. You can leverage AI in many different jobs and businesses. So this is what you can do concretely to prepare. Here are 5 steps you can take to accumulate wealth during this transition period. First, use AI to perform better at whatever job you're doing so you can ask for a raise or get a promotion. But if the answer is no, what the hell you're talking about? At the company I'm at, it won't happen in a million years, then let's do plan B. Use AI to help you build a side hustle, product, or service. And I mean something that the market actually wants, not just some random idea you think sounds cool.
Licky Brush is a tongue-shaped brush you can use to finally lick your cat, just like a mama cat licks her young.
And if you don't know what business to start, simply ask AI to help you brainstorm based on your actual skills, experience, interest, and local opportunities around you. Ask it what concrete problems people have at the moment that need to be solved. Ask it what people are already paying for. Ask it what beginner-friendly services still have room for a new person to enter. See, there's almost no excuse anymore to stay stuck. You no longer have to start from zero with no help. Second, use AI like a coach. Use it to shape your offer. Use it to improve your copy. Use it to test pricing ideas, write outreach messages. Use it to learn the basics of sales, marketing, content, and customer research. Third, bring something to the market quickly. Don't wait until your product or service is perfect. Bring the best version, the prototype, out quickly. Then you can improve and iterate. This is one of the biggest traps smart people fall into. They want the perfect business idea, the perfect brand, the perfect website, the perfect everything, the perfect plan. Meanwhile, somebody else launches an ugly but useful offer and starts learning from real customers. Think of it this way: feedback from the market is worth more than another month of private overthinking. Fourth, clean up your expenses enough to create investing room. I'm not saying live like a monk. I'm saying be intentional. Reduce the stuff that does not matter. Lower your fixed costs where you can. Downsize if that's the move. Because every dollar you free up gives you more ability to buy more assets. And fifth, once extra income appears, convert it into ownership as well. For most people, that starts with ETF investing and some stocks over time. I know it sounds like a boring answer, but very often the boring answer is the right one. The platform you choose matters more than most beginners realize. Traditional banks and brokers often charge trading fees each time you buy or sell an ETF. That adds up fast, so make sure to choose an investment platform that charges no fees for buying and selling ETFs. I trade on several platforms, but one that I use most often and have been happily using for over 5 years is Wealthsimple. Wealthsimple is a Canadian online brokerage I find really easy to use even when I was a beginner. Setup only takes minutes and buying ETFs is commission free. If you decide that Wealthsimple is right for you, you can even get a $25 bonus by using my link or code in the descriptions down below. Note guys, the below are affiliate links, and if you use them to open an account, I may earn a small commission at no additional cost to you. And guys, just in case you need help on the income side of this equation, you can also join me in this video on side hustle ideas. By the way, a question for you guys. If you had to use AI to make your first extra $1,000 this month, what would you try first? Now, here's something that many people don't really understand about investing and becoming wealthy. Making more money matters, yes, but keeping it and owning assets matters too. And this is where we'll get to the second shift happening, the second window of opportunity that has opened for some time, but may close in the next few years for most people. The second half of the game is ownership. We talked about the main path people go to accumulate assets. That's mostly investing in stocks and ETFs that on average generate a higher return than your bonds or your checking account, for sure. Of course, stocks and ETFs are riskier than a checking account. But personally, I believe that I need to take risk in order to gain something. Not financial advice, guys, but this is the reality. What many people are not aware of is that governments around the world have been printing endless amounts of money for decades. No wonder that each Canadian dollar buys less and less each year. The problem now is that the price of stocks and ETFs, housing, get inflated along with the money supply. More dollars in the economy, well, of course the price of everything will go up. So the question is, what asset to buy that actually retains its value? Some people say that's gold, and I made a whole video on gold over here, but in my opinion, that asset, the hardest asset that will not lose purchasing power but increase it, is Bitcoin. Again, I need to stress this is my opinion only and this is not financial advice. And guys, before you click out, I know many people are tempted to, I challenge you to hear me out. People tend to go to extremes on the topic of Bitcoin. Either they treat it like a guaranteed salvation or they dismiss it as pure nonsense without even understanding the basic argument. I think that neither is right. Here's what I want you to know. Bitcoin is volatile. Yes, it is not for everyone. Before buying Bitcoin, you should have some form of emergency cash so you'll not be forced to sell it when it's at its low. If you buy Bitcoin, you also need to be prepared to hold Bitcoin for the long term, which means 5 to even 10 years. In the short term, the price goes up and down, and can crash, but over the long term, I personally believe it will go up. Why? It is very simple. Bitcoin has a fixed maximum supply of just 21 million coins. Unlike other investments, including gold, Bitcoin has a fixed supply cap and is therefore scarce. Now again, compare that to the broader reality that with most economies, the supply of money can expand over time, while inflation weakens purchasing power when prices rise faster than your money keeps up. This is true not only in Canada, but all over the world. Bitcoin is no longer a fringe thing. Large asset managers now offer Bitcoin investment products, including Fidelity and BlackRock. Right now, only about 4% of people in the world own Bitcoin. About 20 million of the 21 million maximum Bitcoin have already been mined, so there are only about 1 million left to be mined. Lower supply colliding with an increasing adoption of Bitcoin by individuals, but also institutions and even governments will, in my opinion, increase the price over the next years. That is the transition period. I personally am buying more Bitcoins or Satoshis, 1 Bitcoin equals 100 million Satoshis by the way, now rather than later, even though I have to work extra hard. Because as expensive as Bitcoin seems now, wait and see what it will be in 3 to 5 years from now. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is automatically right for you, you have to find that out for yourself, but it's worth considering at the very least. If you want to know in detail what I think about Bitcoin and why I buy it, you can join me in this video later. In short, I'm increasing my income and putting a chunk of it into Bitcoin. Not all of it, but a considerable chunk. Among others, I'm buying Bitcoin on this Canadian exchange called Endex. It's super easy to use, especially for beginners, and has one of the lowest trading fees in the market of just 0.2%. An important note, for long-term holdings, I put Bitcoin into a cold wallet where it's more secure. But for diversification purposes, I still buy and keep part of my Bitcoin on exchanges. So in case you think Endex is right for you, you can get a $10 bonus using my affiliate link in the descriptions down below. Terms and conditions apply. Note also that I may get a small commission in case you open an account with it. And guys, this is not a recommendation to buy Bitcoin, but a warning not to ignore Bitcoin. Take some time to look into it and take time to understand it. If you do, you will find out that Bitcoin is the hardest asset out there. At least for me, it's the store of value to store my hard-earned money. So let me bring this all together now. I think we are in a transition phase, a very rare one. And I think the practical response is actually pretty straightforward. Use AI to earn more. Use AI to build something of your own. Spend carefully. Keep risk under control. Build your emergency savings stack. And convert as much income as you reasonably can into assets. That's the game. To position yourself as best you can for the next years. And just in case you want to learn more about this thing called Bitcoin, you can join me on my new channel here.